video. In today's video, I have a special guest here with me for the next episode of Chit Chat with Anam. I have with me over here Shraddha. Hi Shraddha, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. I feel like this has been a long time coming and I'm so excited to do this because I feel, especially because we've been talking for a while before we started filming this, I feel like we've really vibed today and spoken so much one-on-one after such a long time that I'm even more excited for this series, for this video.
So I think I was just telling Anam that I've been like watching her and like I don't know about content as much because I'd like to watch like the person for the person. I've been looking at her, I've met her in the past and I used to work somewhere else. We did a video together. I have always admired Anam for who she is, and a lot of people like around us, we kind of sometimes forget that there's like a person behind a creator and it's just that it's so exciting to be like doing a collab video with one of my most favorite people in the industry that we have. So I'm super excited for it.
You're so kind. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to this because I feel like I love what you're doing and I love what you're doing on Instagram, especially right now. I know you have a lot of stuff coming up on your channel as well. So let's not make this intro any longer because I have a lot of questions to ask Shraddha through the chits. So let's dive right into this. Okay, so Shraddha, just to update you, I have a little fish bowl over here and this basically has a bunch of chits. These chits are going to dictate the order of our makeup routine today. So apart from completely messing up our makeup order, it's also going to ask us some questions and sometimes make us do things in a different way. So like just a heads up, be ready for anything and everything with whatever this chit set tells us to do.
Okay. That's terrifying, but we'll go ahead with it.
Kind of the point, not gonna lie. Terrifying for both of us. We'll both have to answer everything. We'll both have to follow the instructions. So you have company.
Let's go for it.
Okay, you tell me to stop whenever you want me to stop, and I really hope it starts with a bass. So whenever you tell me to stop, I'll put my hand in.
Okay, you can stop now. Pray for bass.
अब तक हमको कभी bass पहले नहीं आया है. So let's hope that this is going to change that. It's not changing that. Add that shine. So basically we're starting with highlighter and it says talk about your best follower meeting, like virtual or offline experience.
I honestly, being very modest and humble about it, I have had so many experiences. एक तो because I was working पहले, so we could meet people at like a much larger scale, and then all the personal interactions that I've had otherwise. One of those was actually in Bombay. I was here for this brand's event and we were also doing a meet and greet, like a styling session and a meet and greet. So one of my followers, I just started talking about mental health and anxiety and everything of that sort, and she just came to me and she said that you know, because of you I was about to jump off a building, and because of you I didn't take that step because of the things that you were talking about and her dance teacher. So it was an experience. It was so crazy. I know it got intense in like a second, but it was the single most like life-changing statements and experience of my life, because somebody told me that because of what I was putting online and because of me being open about my struggles with anxiety, or sharing the fact that I can also have issues and you know, life isn't as perfect as it is on Instagram. It changed things for them and it made things better for them, and it blew my mind. So that was like, that hands down till date is like the best experience that I've ever had.
That's so beautiful.
And I really like, it's one of those things now that you take them with you in your grave. Like that's something that I will happily, like with a smile on my dead face, I'll just die, like I'll do this and I'll be smiling because I'm like, you know what, this happened.
But it's so beautiful that you were able to leave such a strong impact on someone that actually saved her life. You literally saved her life.
You tell me about yours, I want to hear about yours.
You know, for me, I feel like I started doing what I'm doing almost a decade ago at this point, really. So I feel like some of my most like deep moments came actually from people writing into me with things about their life that they wouldn't otherwise share online. Right after I got married, I remember having a virtual conversation with someone who wrote into me about troubles she was facing in her interracial, interreligion, love marriage, and she confided in real details about her life to me, which was really heartwarming. And at the same time, I think for the first time I read someone's email and I cried, because I was like, the fact that you have that much faith to share those details with me, like someone you've never met, that just it hit me, and I was like, oh my god, like this is real. And then like another more like warmer and lighter and more pleasant experience was when I went back and forth on emails with someone else, helping her select her Shadi ka joda, which was amazing. Aww. And then she sent me her Shadi ka photos also, and she went with some of the things that I had suggested, which was which really just, you know, it just, those warm fuzzy.
It's making me happy, yeah.
Okay, I think we did pretty well in step 1. Now it's time to go over.
Stop. I enjoy the whole.
Base, please, the gods of base be with us.
If we pray for too long, it might just end up right in the end, and then we'll cry. What is it?
That's always happened with me so far. It's eyebrow time, and tell us about some of your personal favorite milestones of being a content creator.
Quite a few things, but I think like whenever somebody starts on Instagram and stuff now, so there's always this one number that they want to hit in their mind, where they think that now I think I've made it, or like this was like one number that I really wanted to reach. So there were 2 numbers for me. I wanted to desperately like hit 10,000 followers, and then I wanted to hit 100,000. Like after that I was like, this is something that I just want to, like this is one like tick I want to have against my thing. So when I hit 100,000, the number of people that just congratulated me, and like the interactions I had at that moment. I was sitting with Roshni, you know Roshni, right? The Chic Factor, Roshni Bhatia, and she was like 100K hone wale, and it was very close. So she was the person who actually saw my 100,000 wala mark sabse pehle, and then she just sat there, she's like, ho gaya. I was like, kya? Because pura din, you know, you had that anticipation ki arey abhi hoga, and she just said ho gaya, and it was great. So I think मेरे लिए जब पहले एक career, at least I mean from a professional point of view, it was a milestone for me that I really wanted to hit, and the khushi and everything got even like tripled and quadrupled because of the love that was pouring in, and the like how genuine that love was, and how really people cared that I did hit something that was important to me. So it was one of the highest highs I've had in my personal life, in my professional career at least.
That's so nice. Women supporting women. I'm here for this. Alright, on to the next chit.
This time you pick, because I get very
मैं तो ऐसे फ्लुक में उठा रही हूँ anyway, जो भी हाथ में आए. Not liking this order.
What is it? I'm not liking how you're not liking.
Eyeshadow time.
You just want us to fail, Anam. It has been your plan all along. I know it.
It's the god of chits that's not on our side, yeah. And while you're doing your eyeshadow, tell us 3 things about your personal life that not many people might know. See, I'm trying to make the questions juicy and interesting.
I think people know a little about it now, but I really love to cook. Like I started with not even knowing how to boil water. Like I was not that actually. I've always been like a quick learner. This is also a personal thing that I don't speak about too much, but I am a quick learner. So if you tell me how to change like a tire, or you tell me how to paint a wall, or you tell me how to like do like some sort of tech work, it might take me 5 minutes for the tech work, but otherwise like I'm a quick learner. So I'm a quick study. I'll just like, you teach me and I'll be like that. I really like cooking. So मेरे को शुरू में ना उससे डर लगता था. When you like burner पे जब आप वो ऐसे लाइटर से क्लिक करके जलाते हो ना, So I used to be scared of that. I was like, what if it doesn't light, or what if it lights in the wrong, I don't know, the wrong time, and then the whole thing just burns off. So one of my biggest irrational fears was that. Number 3 is that I have a very twisted, dank sense of humor, and not a lot of people know about that.
We just might have that in common. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add that as one of the 3 things I'm also gonna share. By the way, in case you guys are wondering about the makeup either of us is using, I will go ahead and list all of the makeup down below in the info box, her makeup and my makeup, so don't worry, you won't miss out on that. So I'm gonna start off with your last one. I think that's something that I think you and I have in common. I have a slightly weird sense of humor. I just said slightly weird common sense. वो भी लेकिन पर वो भी I have a weird common sense also.
You know, sometimes you just get it.
Yeah. I think that like my sense of humor is really weird because like on some days it's normal, on some days it's like super like random lame PJ. I crack like dad jokes. I crack like a lot of dad jokes. Then on some days my brain will just work on with that one track mentality where I'll make everything dirty.
Yeah.
All jokes will become dirty. And I'm like, oh god, this is one of those days in my brain. And also like something really gross that I should confess. Oh my god, I've literally never shared this on like camera or something, okay? I can crack the weirdest potty jokes. I can't think of a third thing. I grew up with a dog. I don't know if I've ever shared that. But I grew up with a dog. I've had cats since I was in the 10th standard, but before that I grew up with a little doggy. Not a little doggy, a huge doggy. But yeah, I guess that's another thing that not a lot of people might know.
It looks really horrible right now, but I'll fix it with eyeliner.
I think at the moment everything looks really horrible because
so shiny.
Desi nahi hai kuch. Can I please get base? Can I please get base?
Hoping and praying. Let's please.
You have 30 seconds to create that perfect pout.
I can do that.
Wait, I have to set a timer for this one.
Yeah.
Proper 30 seconds.
You know what lipstick I have though? I have your collab from My Glam, and this one is the Heartbreaker 01. I kept it on purpose. I was like, I'll use this one today.
Aww. You're so sweet. Thank you.
I really like.
I have not taken any liquid lipstick because मुझे डर लगता है challenges में liquid use करना. तो मैंने crayon को उठाया.
नहीं, lipstick तो I'm very confident in. Plus this because it's a smaller bottle ना, so इसका वो applicator लंबा नहीं है, so you have more control over it. I'm ready.
Wow, I'm even more excited for this now. Okay, I'm starting the 30-second timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Done.
Not bad.
I'm not gonna bother praying. The more we pray, the no.
Contour and blush. Tell us 3 aspects of being in this space that really frustrate you as a content creator. First of all, being in this space by yourself, like if you're an independent content creator, you don't work with a company, there's no like funding, and if you're someone who pays your own bills, well then the frustrating part is definitely going to be trying to get payments from brands in time. I think that's the number one frustrating thing that comes to my mind. I don't think there are enough brands and agencies out there who respect the fact that timelines on payments are a real thing. Like we also have expenses and we also have our own bills to pay, maybe salaries, maybe freelancers to pay. Number 2 is that while I'm also personally extremely grateful for the amount of love there is, I do think that there is a certain set of an audience that goes out there and thinks that they own you or thinks that they can talk to you anyhow. On my Instagram stories, I shared an email from a follower who was so unhappy with the prizes she won in one of my giveaways, and she said some of the meanest things ever to like someone from my team, and I thought it was so disrespectful. So the third thing I think I want to say is that while a lot of our lives are out there, I feel like sometimes, and again this is a smaller portion of the audience but they exist, where like we have to deal with a lot of questions. I mean, it's part of being a public figure, so I don't want to make it sound like, oh my god, like it is very first world problemish. But the fact is that no matter how much we choose to put out there, they'll always, like this certain set of people will always want to know more. Like I mentioned to you, right, some time ago when we were speaking, that I put on weight and I had a whole host of comments on this post of mine where people kept insisting, congratulations, you won't say it now, I know you must be pregnant. And then I got the whole host of DMs that followed.
So three things. I think the payment aspect of it is something that I would definitely pick on, and I would just actually be right on it, because I now work with, like, I have a management agency now, I have a manager, and like, you know, the upgrade has happened. But even after having like a management agency, it's not, you know, it's not about money per se, because brands, if they don't have money, or if companies don't have money, they will not hire you to do a job in the first place, right? So when you expect service, when there's a set timeline to a service, and then there's a set timeline to the payment of that service, there is no logical explanation as to why it can't happen, right? And no matter how many people you put behind them, if you involve legal, if you involve, you know, just go at it, the problem is not money, the problem is ethics, the problem is professionalism, and the problem is that you feel that because these are independent creators, or इनको सामान तो मिल ही जाता है, whatever, so you feel that it's okay to not pay somebody, which is mind-boggling. And it's not just an influencer problem, it's a freelancer problem in our country. We don't consider freelancers as working professionals, and that is the worst kind of judgment that you can make. Like, imagine going to an office and not getting paid at the end of the month. Second, I feel the celebrity complex, I'll explain what that means. It's just that because you are at a certain level of fame, or because you're at a certain level of followers, you also kind of, just say how audiences sometimes do that, they forget the lines between the person, the creator, and the number on a platform. The reverse also happens when this person who's at this position, who has that much influence and has that much power to influence people, or to even impact something in them, we also sometimes tend to forget. Like, I've seen this around me, and this happens to me also. It's not, I'm not saying कि मैं बहुत बढ़िया इंसान हूँ and everybody sucks. I'm just saying that it's a part and parcel of this fame and this sudden, you know, recognition that comes in. Sometimes it can blur lines between your morals and your ethics and just plain promotions. So that's something that bothers me, because I feel that we have a responsibility towards our audiences. And I mean, as long as you realize it and you rectify it, or you acknowledge it at least, that helps, right? But forgiving is not a part of this internet culture either, and that's my third point, and that's my biggest issue. Cancel culture, I feel, is the biggest, most toxic part of the internet culture that exists today, because it started with good intentions and it still works, but because of the way it has been manipulated, and because of how people are now using it for their personal gains or for petty rivalries.
I'm diving into the second last chit that I have. So basically, बचा क्या है? बचा है base and बचा है liner mascara. यानी दो chits बचे हुए हैं.
Yes, yes. अब तो किसी चीज का डर नहीं है. After I've looked like this and spoken about important issues.
Do your base. Do your base. Okay, and while you do your base, talk about working on your own versus working with a company. What are the differences? What are the advantages, disadvantages that both of us have experienced along our journeys?
I'm gonna do my base so well, guys.
We have to do our base well, otherwise we're gonna look like disco ball and clown. Naughty. What did you call yourself?
I'm okay with either one of them, because at this point I can't differentiate between the two.
So tell me, like, you've gone from working with a company in the past. How long have you been working independently now?
It's been 2 years. I also have a hard time believing it, but it's been 2 years now.
And how has it been? Like, that change in structure, that change in everything, how has that been for you?
So, you know, basically there have been 3 phases. One, where I was working with a company, I was employed by the company and I was just creating content on their behalf. I was the face, but I wasn't like everything behind it. right? So there it was just a job, you know, everybody, just a normal आपका job होता है. Of course it was not a corporate, it was still a much more like, it was somewhere between a corporate and a production house, because making videos and content was our main job there. Then I spent at least a year doing things on my own, because I have always wanted to be an independent creator. Like that was always the plan. It was never like I want to work in a company and like do that for the rest of my life. I did that, but I realized that because if you want to scale, you know, if you want to become a business at the end of the day, if you want to become a brand at the end of the day, then you need a team. And you don't need like a 10-15 people team, you just need maybe even 2 more people who can who complement you, who don't make it worse for you. So when that happened, I got like a management company on board. And I think ever since then, life has been so easy.
That's really interesting. I feel like you have the perspective from both sides, obviously. For me, I feel like, so when I started blogging, I've always blogged independently. But I basically started my YouTube journey back in 2012. And similar to what you said, my journey was as an employee at the beginning, where I was the face for something. I was like what you call the talent. And then I would do the videos and that was it. My job was done. And even though I would have like creative inputs and insights, and my channel there started doing really well, it wasn't my channel, because the channel was owned by the company that I used to work with a network that I used to work with. Over a period of time, I realized that, you know, not obviously because they're a company, a lot of things that they want to do for the company, you may not necessarily align with 100%. So after about 2 years of being with them, I kind of realized that I didn't think I want to continue being with them, so I didn't renew my last contract. I opted out. But then, I mean, I think in hindsight, I made a mistake in the next move, because instead of starting YouTube on my own in 2013 or 14, I can't remember, I went on to another network that gave me a lot more creative freedom and all of that in that sense. So it was more my channel. But the thing is, it really wasn't, because somebody else was handling the back end. And it was after I ended that contract and didn't renew that contract is when I took a break, started my channel in 13, but I barely ever uploaded anything or any videos. It would mostly just be a montage of a bunch of pictures, because I didn't understand production by myself. I was very intimidated by the idea of sitting like this, and you know, and also now the equipment, the ring lights, the lighting, the tripod, there's a lot more access. Back in 2013, 2014, that access, that understanding was just, it was not there. So keeping that in mind, I kind of like YouTube got lost a little bit for me. And then in 2016, I promised myself that I would really start working on YouTube and I would get the equipment. But my then boyfriend, now husband, proposed, and we landed up getting engaged, and I got caught up in the wedding celebrations and the wedding ceremonies. So that is when I promised myself that once I'm done with the wedding, I'm gonna go back and really focus on YouTube. And I did that. So I got married in Jan 2017, and I started really working on my YouTube channel in about March, April-ish 2017.
Base aa gaya. So happy. I'm so happy that my face is
last chick hai. तो मैं ऐसी शेक वेक नहीं कर रही हूँ, मैं ऐसी उठा रही हूँ. This has to be do your eyeliner and mascara with your left hand. I want to try and do a wing, but
pushing it. Hey, what do you think? Can you see it though?
Yeah, not bad for a left hand, huh?
I love your face right now. You're like
I'm like, मैंने इतना focus कभी नहीं किया है. What was I thinking when I wrote this one down? Oh god. But just getting to this point today was a lot of fun, because we started out filming and then we landed up chatting for an hour before we actually started filming, and then we took like breaks and pee breaks and whatever breaks in the middle of this, but eventually what we've come with, like, I'm happy with my look and you should be happy with yours as well.
I'm quite satisfied. I just wish we could do the base earlier so that everything would have like placed perfectly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wish that was the case too. But still, it was a lot of fun filming this, and for those of you who might want more, we're actually filming one more video on Shraddha's channel. I will link it down below in the info box, so make sure you guys check that out. Shraddha, thank you so much for coming and taking on this absolutely crazy beauty challenge with me. I don't know why I subject myself to this random pattern and my guests to this random pattern, but it's a lot of fun. So maybe that's why.
I mean, these are the questions that like we ask ourselves every day when we're doing something. We're like, "Kyun kiya? Kya soch rahe the?" But it was so much fun doing this with you, Anam. I am just like, I told you how excited I was for this collaboration, and it happens to be one of my most like one of the first ones that I've done, and we're doing this like we have a Zoom call going on, we have our cameras and our setups ready. So it's happening in Delhi and it's happening in Bombay right now, which I think is damn cool. Talk about influencer relations. Hello, excuse me, we're here. So yeah, that was so much fun, and we will be doing a very interesting, very chit-chatty video again on my channel, so you can find that there. But this was one of the best collabs I've done so far.
Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe to the channel before going away, and as I always say, turn those bell notifications on. Keep coming back for lots more, because I promise to keep uploading as much entertaining content as I can always. Mwah! Bye guys, love you.